Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 home decorating ideas for spring. Keep watching. Hello, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in this video, you guys, I'm going to share with you some home decorating ideas that are super easy, affordable, and you are going to like them. I know you are, because these spring decorating ideas are for you to be inspired to create something beautiful in your home this year. If you've been following the channel, you know there is a brand new video every Sunday here on the channel where I like to share with you interior design ideas, home decorating ideas, DIYs, tips and hacks on how you too can create a beautiful home for you and your family. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 more spring decorating ideas for your home. They're super easy, affordable, and I really think you're going to enjoy them. We're going to start this video by asking you if you are enjoying this particular series. There's going to be a playlist down below with more home decorating ideas for you to be inspired. So after this video, go ahead and check them out. And then also, I've been talking to you guys about my home decorating ideas from scratch, where we took everything out of the house. And let me tell you, I've been shopping up a storm. But before I share with you what I bought for these home decorating ideas, I'm gonna ask you to like this video because it's free and because it really helps the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing because you will not want to miss what's coming up next this spring season. There's going to be so many home decorating ideas for you guys to be inspired. Are you ready? Well, we're gonna start, like I always tell you, with the front door, because you only get one chance to make a statement on your front door, and that is with a beautiful swag DIY. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, so once your garland is all fluffed out, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and attach one side to the other side to kind of create one continuous teardrop swag. And just make sure that you give it about a 3 tie right here, one on the top, one on the bottom, and one in the middle. And that's gonna be able to hold all of our materials. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring one of my greenery stems from Walmart. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give it a height down. So I wanna put it probably right about there. And I'm gonna grab one of my bristles and remember to twist them right here to secure this greenery into place. This is going to be so much fun. And if you guys been following the channel, you know that I always like to have some Christmas greeneries at the ready, whether it's for fall, for Christmas, for spring, because it really is the perfect material to work for your wreaths and also other things. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do one upside down right here, and I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna secure, giving it a oh, let me cut this tag because you guys have been telling me that I've been leaving my tags on, so let me make sure that it's not there when I do the close-up. And you know, sometimes the reason why I don't take them out is because they're so hard to take. There you go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fluff this guy right here, fluffing it like this, and I have a third one that I'm going to do. And so for this one, I'm gonna bend it in half right here, and I'm going to go maybe right about here in the middle. This is going to be my core. Remember, I'm always telling you that you attach all of your elements at the core of your swag or your wreath, like this, and just making sure that you grab some of those bristles and do this. And so now you're gonna have this greenery swag that's going to be super cute. So far, so good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a bow. All right, so now I'm going to attach this guy right here to my core, which is going to be the top of my swag. And I'm gonna take it off the stand just so that I'm able to go all the way back. Super easy. You know, making a statement on your front door shouldn't really be that big of a deal, and it shouldn't take you so long to make it, especially if you're just trying to make a statement. So now that's gonna be our bow right here. So what I wanna do is, I'm gonna make another loop right here. And that's why I like having these bristles, because look, it's going to help me to really create a few more loops and give that bow some girth when it comes down to loops. Look at that. How cute is that? So I'm gonna leave those tails right there for now, because now what I wanna do is I wanna grab some of my carrots, and what I've done, this is the one that doesn't have the wire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a wire and I'm gonna show you. What you need to do is go through one of these areas right here, and then you wanna pull really tight. It's made out of styrofoam, so it should be really easy. And we're gonna wire it like a Christmas ornament. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go in here and I'm going to grab one of those bristles and I'm gonna twist it into place. And look at that, that carrot is going to stay right there. So now I'm gonna do the same with this guy right here. I already put a wire in. And guess what? On this one, I haven't cut my string. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go cut in the strings. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this video. Be sure to share it with your friends and let them know what we're doing here, Ramon at Home, for spring. And summer's coming up. We're moving on along to the summer season, and it's gonna be so much fun because we're gonna be doing some outdoor planting, some outdoor decorating, and I really hope that you'll come back for that. All right, so I have a carrot right here. So now I'm gonna go one down over on this side, and I'm gonna grab a bristle and I'm gonna go all the way in and twist it in, putting that carrot right there, like that. And so now I'm going to grab this one and I'm gonna put it upside down, and I'm gonna put it all the way to the bottom right here. Remember to give it a twist into one of the bristles to lock it into place, like this. And we can go in and fluff. Now I'm gonna get some florals ready and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, so to fill in our swag, what I'm going to need is going to be some of these really pretty lamb's ear from Walmart, and I'm gonna make sure that I separate them all at once so we can work faster. Then also what I'm gonna need is some succulent picks that I found at Shinoda Design Center, and we're gonna add all of this to fill in the spots where I feel like it needs some coverage. So basically what you're going to do, let me remove this so you can see what I'm doing. What you're going to do, first of all, get this tag off. How many of you hate tags as much as I do? What I'm going to do is I'm gonna go up right here where there's voids, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert some of these lamb's ear, and look how pretty that looks. Then just giving it a twist with one of the bristles on the back. It's gonna secure into place and it's not gonna go anywhere, I promise you. I'm gonna start one right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and go and add one right here on the top. You can at this point glue them if you wanted to, and look how that is really filling in the color, which is the perfect color of gray and green for this particular project right here. I'm gonna add one more right here. Just make sure that I secure on the back with it. You can glue it if you wanted to, and make sure that you dovetail your ribbons because you want it to look finished. You know, it doesn't matter what you do, one of them is always gonna be upside down, so then we'll bring them in. All right, so I have a few more of these lamb's ear. Let me see, where else do I want one right here to the side. And it is so simple. Look how pretty that is. I'm gonna fluff that bow at the end. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of these succulent picks. They have a variety of greeneries, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Just add one right here on the top. And I'm gonna add one right here to the side. That's gonna give it a more spring look. I'm gonna add a succulent right here to the middle, right here. So now I'm gonna give it a fluff, and I'll put it on the door and show you what it looks like. Stay tuned. All right, so this is statement number 2, and as you guys can see, the ribbon is so cute with the little bunnies and the carrots, and these big ginormous jute carrots really make a statement on your door. It doesn't matter how far you get, you'll be able to see those carrots for spring. I love the way this turned out, but I cannot wait to read your comments. So let me comment down below and let me know what was your favorite part. Now, wasn't that super fun and cute? On our last video, I shared with you how to make the matching centerpiece. So if you have not seen our last home decorating ideas video where that centerpiece is, I'm going to link it down below. But now I'm gonna take you on a really short shopping trip for some decorating items to make over our entryway table. Let's take a look. All right, you guys, so we are walking into Home Goods and we're gonna go see what's new for spring. And I am looking for a few things, a set of chairs that I saw last November, so I really hope that they're still here. So we're gonna go inside and see what we can find. Come along. All right, you guys, so I thought I'd share with you some of the items that I purchased for this spring home decor tour coming very soon. One of them is going to be this beautiful blue and white pot. You guys know that I'm obsessed with blue and white, and as you guys can see, it is super oversized and I absolutely love it. It was under $30 and I cannot wait to share with you what we're doing. The next item that I found were these chairs, you guys, these Parsons chairs. They were also on clearance, and as you guys can see, they were $150 and they were only at $55, and I had to get some of these. I cannot wait also to share with you what we're doing. But my favorite thing that I found was this print. It's kind of like a chanoiserie print with some beautiful birds, and it's just so beautiful, and I cannot wait to share what we're doing with this guy right here. All right, so a few days ago, I went shopping. Actually, I've been shopping every other day lately because I really want to finish this home decorating ideas home tour for spring in order to inspire you to create something beautiful in your home. But what I found was this absolutely gorgeous print. Look how pretty this is, you guys, which is perfect for this room because remember, we painted some accent walls in green, and this is a different kind of green, and it has some blue and white on the butterflies and the flowers, and I just thought it would be perfect for this room. So I'm gonna share with you how I accessorize this wall right here. And as you guys can see, I already put one of the plates and all of the nails that I'm going to need to accessorize this wall. So I'm gonna start with this beautiful print. Like I told you before, I am really in love with it. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna lay this one right here, right in the middle. And sometimes you have to kind of step back and see if this is centered, and that's why I left that plate up on the top so I kind of see whether I'm in the middle or not, and we can always adjust as we go. But isn't this absolutely beautiful? Like I was telling you, it's from the at-home store, and I love the fact that it has the green in it, which is going to be perfect with the wall, and then also the blue and white, which is going to be perfect for the rest of the dishes and the other accessories that we're going to be using in this room. So now that we have our main focal point, which is going to be this picture, now we have to accessorize around it because I want to elongate the shape of this picture, and then also to just create a little bit of drama. If you follow this channel, you know I'm all about the drama, but what I want to say is that you have to start with a main focal point, and that's the tip number one. So tip number two is going to be to elongate, and for that we're gonna start with the top. And I already started with these beautiful blue and white dishes. Remember, these dishes were the ones in my kitchen around my door. So for this particular room, I removed them from over there and I brought them over here. And that is tip number two, to shop what you already have. There is so many items in your home that you already have that you can just move around instead of going out shopping, right? Well, for this particular one right here, I brought those plates and I'm gonna share with you. I'm gonna do this other plate right here, and they all have these plate hangers. You can find on the Amazon stores, and I'm gonna use one right here on the side, and then I'm gonna go scale down with the size right here. Now remember, all of these dishes came from the Goodwill store, and I am an avid thrifter and antique shopper because I can always find some really cool deals like these dishes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to the other side, and I'm going to elongate by using this cute little plate right here, making sure that I attach to the nail so that way they don't come crashing down, especially here in San Diego, California, which you guys know we have earthquakes all the time. So I'm going to add this right here. And as you guys can see, I will give you a close-up. Just make sure that I put this guy right about perfect there. Is it there? Let me just make sure because I don't want my little dish to come crashing down. All right, so now we have elongated this whole area right here on the top, and it pulls the colors from the blue and white on the butterflies and the little flowers, and it just starts to look cohesive, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to elongate this side right here. And for that, I want to do a mixture of pictures and then also dishes. And for this particular one, I chose a selection of pictures, and I'm gonna get right here to make sure that I put those right there. So this is kind of like a gallery wall, but it's including some of these blue and white dishes that I have collected throughout the years and some of my artwork. And as you guys can see, mixing these beautiful blue and white dishes with some gold frames and some of the gold in the picture and the blue and white on the top, it really is creating a statement. So now I'm going to repeat the matter on this side because we want symmetry. So what we do is like we cut right in the middle, and what happens on the left happens on the right. Remember, I'm always telling you that whether it's a flower arrangement, a wreath, or your Christmas tree, we always have to cut in the middle. And if you want perfect symmetry, we have to repeat the matter on each side. So for this, I'm going to hang this cute little picture right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab another one of these dishes, and I'm gonna hang it right on this nail, and then I'm going to repeat the exact same picture over on this side right here. And look how beautiful. Make sure that they are straight. Look how beautiful this looks, and very well balanced on both sides, and it is creating a larger statement piece, and it really is giving me all of the extension that I needed and all of the symmetry that I needed. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the middle, and I'm going to put right here a silver tray. If you guys also know me, you know that I like to decorate with silver trays because they add all of that character to your home. I saw on Instagram the other day, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out. But I saw a reel by, I think it was Barbara Streisand, and she explains the reason why she likes thrift shops and antique shops, because the character you cannot find at any store that is new, right? This is character that, you know, if these items could talk, I wonder the stories they would tell. And for this, I'm going to have a collection of these beautiful decanters. You guys know that I collect these decanters from antique stores, and I just like it because they bring some sparkle into the home. And look how cute that looks right here, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring my light, and for that I have a lamp over here that I'm going to bring in, making sure that I don't drop it because it is made out of glass. And it is my blue and white lamp. Make sure that it's got the cord, it's not, there you go, it's not stepping on it. So I'm gonna light it up like this. And look, I love the combination of green and blue and white. I am obsessed with it for spring, you guys. It is so fresh looking. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that it's in the middle of this right here. It doesn't matter if it really hangs over to my picture a little bit, because it is about the layering effect when you are decorating. And so now for this side, I have this floral arrangement that I made with all of these beautiful snowballs. And to create a statement, you do have to have something that is larger than life, something that is very striking, like this beautiful arrangement of snowballs. We used to call these snowballs, but I think they're also called viburnum, and it looks just perfect on the blue and white. And as you guys can see, the blue and white of the lamp, the blue and white of my container for my floral arrangement, and all of the green of the flowers really tie in with the green of the picture. It just hides enough to where the picture is just a little peekaboo of the green that goes well with the rest of the wall on this side. And in a future video, I'm gonna give you a home tour for spring, so you guys will get to see the whole room put together with the tablescape and everything. And if everything comes out like it is in my mind, it'll be absolutely gorgeous. But as you guys can see, actually I probably need to move my silver tray a little bit more towards the middle. And you can always readjust once you put your flower arrangement or anything, any larger arrangement. It can be done with just greenery, and if you have any viburnum or any fresh hydrangeas, I recommend to do that. And it really is very symmetric on each side, and I just love the way it looks. What do you guys think? Wasn't that super fun, you guys? Let me tell you, creating a new vignette in your home can really change the look of your home. As you can see, this vignette behind me for the winter season had this beautiful picture. It was my grandma's, but it was a little bit more wintry. So what I did is I changed it with some lime green to really punch the spring color, and I just love the way the lime green looks with blue and white. It is the perfect combination. All right, so since we're talking about blue and white, now I'm gonna take you into my studio and I'm gonna share with you how to create a beautiful orchid arrangement in a beautiful blue and white pot that I really think you're gonna like. Let's take a look. All right, everyone, so I'm gonna try and be as quick as possible putting this beautiful orchid arrangement together. And for that, we're going to need the super large blue and white container that I found at Home Goods. And let me tell you, there's, at least to me, nothing more beautiful than blue and white orchids. And so that's what we're going to do today. And then what we're going to use is some of this extra moss that you guys know that I love from Walmart. I'm going to use about 8 blocks of this foam from the dollar store. I'm gonna use some raffia that you can also find at Walmart. I'm gonna use some pruners and some wire cutters, and those I always like to have right here by my hand. You can find some orchid foliage at Hobby Lobby. That's where I got mine. They are $8.99 and I got it on 50% off. There's these 2 types, but they're very similar. So we're gonna use 3, and then also we're gonna use some of these beautiful white orchids that are also from Hobby Lobby. And these were about $4, but they were also half off, so they're super affordable. So this is going to be a really affordable arrangement that you can create. And for that, I'm gonna show you that I have pre-foamed my container, and you guys know that I like to keep that foam also in the plastic, so that way when I'm done using it, it doesn't have everything going everywhere. And then also I'm gonna use one of these bamboo sticks, and you can find this at any local craft store. So I'm gonna get started, but first I'm going to kind of clean up real quick. I'm gonna put this to the side, all the way to the side, so we can get going. And the first thing I'm gonna need is this moss and this stick right here. So we're gonna get those going. I'm gonna put my foliages away because I don't need them right now. So I'm gonna put all this stuff over here. Probably you won't be able to see it. And I'm gonna leave my flowers here real quick. All right, so we're gonna decide that we're going to do a 2 bloom arrangement. And for that, I want it to be probably about this tall, because it's gonna be on top of the table, so it's gonna really make a statement. So grabbing your pruners, you might want to hold this guy right here and just give him a cut. And it really doesn't matter how you cut, because remember that that's gonna go down like this. It's super easy to cut. And I want, look, couldn't be better at that. So what you want to do is you want to give them an angle cut like that, so they're easier to insert on your foam. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab some of this beautiful moss, and I'm going to tuck it in right here on my container, making sure that I cover all of my mechanics, making sure that it's very tucked in. It's super easy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of it out, because we're going to use it to tie some on the tops of the blooms. So I'm just gonna take some of it off. You just want a really thin layer of this moss. So that's about good. All right, so perfect. So now all of our container is green, as you guys can see. And actually I like this look. If you had a set of 2 or 3 going down a table, I think it is super pretty. But for this occasion, we're going to do our orchids. So now the ones that I cut on an angle, I'm going to go down, and I'm gonna put one right here. And I'm gonna push down, and then I'm gonna put the other one right here. And I want them to be about the same height. So right about here, both of them. So it's super easy, like I said. What we're going to do is we're gonna grab an orchid, and we're going to put it right here, like that. I want one going up on one side, and I want the other one going the other way. And look how they kind of face each other. So I'm gonna go on this side right here, and you want to do it right next to the bamboo stick, like this. Make sure that goes, remember, because that plastic is there. And you know what, it is easier, like I said, if you just grab your wire cutters and you cut those on an angle. Remember, that's what we did to the bamboo, and that's why it was so easy for it to go down like that. So we're gonna leave those like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some other ones, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them this. Remember, when orchids grow, they kind of do that because the weight of the blooms kind of bends the stem. So I'm gonna give it a cut on an angle to this one right here, and then I'm going to insert right here, right about there. And so I'm gonna grab another one. I'm gonna do the same right here, just by grabbing this tip. I wanna hang on to where I bent, and then I just do this right here. And white orchids, you guys, is one of my favorite flowers. And actually, hydrangea, as you guys can probably see in the back, it's my favorite flower. But white, anything white, really, I love. I just think it's so elegant. So I'm gonna put one right there, and then I'm gonna do a third one. But on this occasion, what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna do one facing my way, and you'll get to see that in a minute, like that. And then I'm gonna spin it around, and I'm gonna do the last one. Remember to do this kind of motion right here, and also remember to cut it on an angle on the bottom so it's easier to go on the foam. And so now I'm gonna make this one face my way, like this. So far, so good. Like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring my foliage, and I'm going to insert some of the foliage, one facing this way, like that. And then I'm gonna grab a second one, and I'm going to insert the other one. Remember, what happens on the left happens on the right. What goes up must come down. And I'm gonna grab this third one. I don't know that I'm gonna use the fourth one, but I for sure wanna use a third one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Maybe about right there at an angle. Oh, make sure you get the Hobby Lobby price off. You don't wanna see that. And I'm gonna insert this one right here in the middle of them both, going down like this. Look how pretty that is. All right, so now for the little details, and sorry if I lost you, if you cannot see me. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of this raffia, and this is inexpensive raffia that you can find at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and I think even the dollar store carries some of this, but you have to be really careful not to untangle it, because if you untangle all of it, it goes everywhere. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my pruners right here, and I'm gonna tie this right here together and just kind of go around like this. And then you might want to make a little knot right here. And it's okay if you just leave them like that, because it's a natural material, so it kind of makes it look natural, really. And I'm gonna do the other side real quick. And that's just going to ensure that our orchids are not gonna be moving around like this. And make sure that it's really tight, and just go around and then tie a little knot right here. Because what we're going to do now, just leave it like that. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna pre-cut me a few more pieces of raffia, but see what I mean? Like if you just untangle it all together, it's gonna go everywhere. So I'm gonna cut that piece, and then let's see. I wanna copyright all of them right here. And I'll pick and select from it. And you know what I'm going to do while I'm doing this? I'm gonna grab a little rubber band from my drawer, so that way, or even a wire, and just make sure that you go once around, so that way you keep your raffia like that. But that's gonna be good. So we're gonna use this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of this moss that I have left over, and what I wanna do is kind of like a burrito. Not just because I'm Mexican, but, and what we're going to do is we're gonna go around right here like this, and we're gonna cover where that raffia was, and I'm gonna just leave it like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab another raffia, and I'm gonna go on top of that and secure it together. Kind of the same thing that we just did, but look how that just makes it look natural. And if you buy an arrangement of orchids at any florist, they're going to do this trick, because it just gives it that organic look. And I'm gonna just leave it messy like that because I like it like that. There is no need for perfection. So I'm gonna grab another piece of this moss and kind of just twist it around to make a little burrito. And I'm gonna do the same thing right here. And you see how natural that looks, and it gives it a little bit of texture. And I'm gonna grab another piece of raffia, or maybe even two, the longest ones. And I'm going to tie this guy together right here, really tight. Just cross them around like this. And so now we're gonna tie a knot. Like so. Look how cute that is, you guys. And so now you can adjust your orchids to do anything that you want them to do. You know, like this one right here on the top, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna secure it also so it doesn't move, because I want it there. And so for this particular one, all you wanna do is just do a knot, and like that. And then you might wanna cut the excess of that, because we don't want it to look too hairy-mary, like we like to say in the industry. And for this one right here, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm just gonna tie it right here one of the blooms so it doesn't move, and do a knot right there, and then you cut the excess of it like this. And this is how simple, you guys, it is to make a beautiful arrangement of orchids. I'm gonna take this inside and show you what it looks like. Keep watching. You guys, look how absolutely beautiful this floral arrangement of white orchids looks like right here in my living room. It really brings some height to my coffee table, and it just ties in with the rest of the console over here with all of the collection of the blue and white. As you guys can see, it is super easy to make, to put together, and the little details right here of all of the moss tied in with the raffia and all of the foliages on this stunning blue and white piece that I found at Home Goods. It really just adds so much elegance to any room. What do you guys think? Now, you know that I've shared with you so many floral arrangements here on my YouTube channel because I was a florist for many years, but this particular floral arrangement on this gorgeous blue and white pot looks so elegant in my coffee table in my living room, and I just hope that you give it a try. So if you like that idea, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends because that really helps the channel. But now we're going to go do one classic decoration idea for spring, which is a lantern. Also, this is our last DIY for the video, so if you are enjoying this, be sure to like it, and remember, there's a brand new video every Sunday, and I hope to see you here next Sunday. All right, let's go back to the studio and I'll show you how to put together a gorgeous spring lantern. The very first thing I need to do is open my lantern, and what I want to do is I want to create a little nest of moss towards the bottom to cover some of that, and so it looks like our bunny is sitting in the grass. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in Sophia, making sure that her butterfly, I'll fix it in a second, but making sure that she sits on this grass, and also make sure that her butterfly shows on her little ear because that's the whole point of it. So I'm gonna put it right there, and then I'm going to close my lantern, making sure that I secure it very well. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring all of my elements that I'm gonna be needing for my swag. And you guys have seen me do this before, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of this excess of stem because it's very long and it kinda is on the way. So basically what you have is this shorter stem, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to push some of it up so it hangs down on my lantern, as you guys can see. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab one of these carrot picks or bundles, and I'm gonna put one going up, and then I'm gonna put one going down, as you can see right here. Never letting go of your core. Remember, this is the core. And so now I'm gonna introduce the bigger flower going up, and then my smaller flower going down, and that's what's gonna give it the curvature. So you wanna make sure that you play with this, and so all of your elements show, but remember, we're gonna fluff it at the end because that's what we always do. And then I'm gonna grab one of these zip ties, and I'm gonna zip tie all of this together. And this is how quick and easy it really is to make a statement for spring in your home, and also to let you know your DIYs do not have to be cheesy looking, but they can look cute and expensive without having to spend a whole bunch of money. So I'm gonna make sure that I tie this really tight like this, and I'm gonna cut the excess. So I'm gonna put it down because I wanna grab a bow that I have already pre-made using the exact same ribbon that we used earlier. And so basically just give it a fluff like this, and then I'm gonna open the wire that I used with to tie it, and then I'm gonna put that right here in the middle, and I'm gonna pull really tight like this, and I'm gonna spin it around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach with this wire, I'm gonna attach to my lantern right here.